People of Earth, my name is Colin, your name is Audience, and welcome back to this. It's been quite a while since I've been actually in front of the camera talking to people, so apologies if it's a freaking mess. But I've just had a lot going on, truthfully, and so it's just been easier for me to just, hit roll on the camera, not worry about explaining too much. But so that's a little bit what I wanted to talk about specifically is I've kind of come across a conundrum, a pickle, a situation that is not your run-of-the-mill. It's not something that happens super often. It's really unfortunate that it kind of happened to me in the way that it did. It's nothing bad. I'm kind of leading you astray here. The point is, here's basically what happened. The situation is this. I currently have basically signed on or agreed more or less to work sporting events in Williamsburg till the end of September, or sorry, till the end of kind of the fall season, if that makes sense. So obviously the sports that are going on now at the collegiate level are, football, obviously, but you've also got, soccer, field hockey, volleyball. All of these stuff is going on, and then when you get a little bit closer to December, specifically November, is when basketball picks up. And so I've agreed with the current kind of people that I work with that I was going to be on until the end of the fall. And I am happy to do that. As you're going to learn, there's no qualms about that. I agree to do that. I'm not contractually obligated in any way, but out of professional courtesy, I'm not going to screw people over. That's not who I am. That's not what I value. In no way have I ever said, well, money is more important. And truly, in this situation, money has really very little to do with it, if I can be perfectly honest. The corporate job that I had last February that I left, just because my contract ended, not because I was fired or anything like that, left on great terms. They've continually given me work on my own. They've supported me as a individual freelancer. But it turns out that the job that kind of I was hoping for, or the job that they were kind of pushing me towards or preparing me for, has opened up. When I was working there, there were two of us, two videographers working together. I was only really meant to be there for last summer, so that was the summer of 2022 after I graduated. I was only supposed to be there until August, but through some crazy events and things unfolding, I ended up working there until February, which was fantastic. And that job has opened up, and it opened up kind of the beginning of September, which we're kind of in the middle of September now. And I've got another month at least, month and a little bit, until I've kind of completed what I agreed to, or at least come to the end of the scheduled stuff, the scheduled fall events. Again, if this hadn't happened, I would have continued, no problem, would have booked things well into the future. But the issue is they opened up that position, and it's a job that, comes with a certain amount of security. It comes with a certain amount of consistency that my life currently doesn't really have. The only thing that's consistent about my life right now is that I'm not in one place for very long. Offers those things. It offers a little bit more consistency in pay, possibly. It certainly consistency in location. And it's just kind of, it's a job. It's a 9-to-5 job. That's the best way I can describe it. And that, depending on how people feel about it, is consistent. Some people hate that 9-to-5 thing. I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but that's just me. I applied for the position, and I went into an interview that they had arranged with me, basically knowing that I was going to have to tell them this fact, that essentially I would be unable to work with them in a full-time capacity, which is the job, until November 20th at the earliest, or mid-November at the earliest, essentially. And I put it on my application when it said, when are you able to start? And I brought it up in the interview. So it was really tricky, and the main goal behind it was just being perfectly honest with them. I've had a healthy relationship with them in the past. I would love to continue that relationship into the future. And of course, it's really hard to talk like I'm going to get this job. I'm pretty confident that I've got a good shot at it because I have a working relationship with them before. They seem to really like me and my personality. We seem to mesh well as a team, as I literally worked there for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, something like that. It's crazy to think about where I was mentally at the beginning of this, thinking, oh my God, this is going to be the hardest decision like of my recent life, of figuring out how this is going to play out, how to not hurt people, how to make sure that I'm being, decent to people who have done things for me, not burning any bridges, keeping everything together, keeping the wheels on the track. But at the same time, now I'm realizing, well, whatever happens is going to happen, and truthfully, as of right now, I don't see there being a wrong answer. And maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, I'll be like, well, that was clearly the wrong answer. But as of right now, I don't see one. So that's going to do it for this episode. I will catch all of you next week. But if I don't, have a good one. Peace.